Hello and welcome to another day in paradise. It's absolutely glorious today, but yeah, once again we're still under quarantine procedures, so it's beautiful, but it looks like another quick trip to the park for me today. So I know a lot of you have been following me on Instagram, and if you follow my Instagram, you'd know that I'm quite a unique person. I'm certainly not your average Joe. I enjoy drinking tea, I have a British accent, I like classical music, I even have a favourite opera. How many guys do you know that looks like me that has a favourite opera? Not many, if any. It's Rivaldo, by the way, if you're asking. So, the thing is, when you first lay eyes on me, when a lot of people first lay eyes on me, they make the assumption that I play basketball, and that I disrespect the law somehow, and that I have a problem with authority, and that I can sort of handle myself. Ironically, they would be spot on, actually. But as I've gotten older, I've become more comfortable with my unique personality. In fact, I've thrived off it. And now I simply don't give a damn what other people think, which is liberating to say the least. You should try this. Now, I think I owe my unique personality to my upbringing. I grew up in not a particularly pleasant part of England, and my school was located bang in the middle of one of the largest social housing projects in the UK. Hence, the kids that I went to school with were not planning to be high achievers, certainly not academically anyway. So a combination of an upbringing around peers who were academically inept, let's say, and definitely racist for the most part, meant I had to guide myself, and so I took up a like for the arts and culture at a very young age, and at the age of 16 I realised that I live in just a small part of this world, and packed up my stuff and went off to the States to travel the world. So one of the best moves I ever did, actually. It was an amazing thing, amazing experience. So if you're 16, 17 years old, it's a big world out there. You know that now because you got the internet. At the time when I did it, there was no internet. Remember that. Now, when I was young, I had this absolute obsession. I mean, I have it still now, but I suppose it's somewhat more diluted now, but I had this absolute obsession with black culture. It was obviously part of me, and especially American black culture. Afro-American black culture, as they called it back then, of course. I worshipped many black rappers and athletes. Rappers, especially in the 1980s, I mean, their very existence was a form of rebellion. I'm not sure if you know this. If you're my age, you may not know this. Even if you're a millennial, you probably do not know this. But rap music in the 1980s was banned, yes, just banned off mainstream media by the Reagan administration. That good old racist old fart, Ronald Reagan. Bless his soul. So anyway, I had this love, that's it, this love for black culture. And I don't use the word love so flippantly. I was so passionate about it. I knew nobody else would understand. So I was that deep. But I also had this secret love affair, we could say, for European culture. And instead of those two cultures clashing inside me, they sort of mixed in perfect harmony. And they fused into something that I found even more beautiful. So beautiful, in fact, that I kept it a secret. Not because I was ashamed of it, but because I wanted to be selfish and I wanted to keep it all for myself. It's really strange, actually, now that I look back at things. Now, unfortunately, if I was to list the negative sides of Euroculture, and the history, the work-life balance, the ethics, the social structures, the long dark winters, the weather, and to some degree the people. And I'm talking about in particular people. I mean, if you had, I lived in Paris for 2 years. I worked in Paris, I should say. I didn't live there, but I worked in Paris for 2 years. And anyone who's ever spent any serious amount of time in Paris would probably agree with me on this one. Okay, so don't take it personal. But I'm not that's the kind of person that would prey on the negatives. I always looked at the positive side of things, especially when it came to Euroculture, and I took it and I used it to enhance my life. Yeah, and enhance my life experience, I should say. So the message I'm saying is that no matter who you are, how old you are, whatever your background is, embrace your culture, love it. But it's okay also to appropriate other parts of other people's culture and to live it, to enable it, to make it become a part of you, to weave it into the very fabric of your being. You know, living this way will have its detractors. I know this because my own culture is consistently being plundered and rebranded as somebody else's, but I truly believe that our culture is so strong that it can never be truly replicated by any other. I think that the people who are constantly whinging about our culture being appropriated are scared of being written out, slowly having their background eroded by other cultures. But I say that they have nothing to fear. I think that the vast majority of the people that think this way are diasporans like myself, who may not have a firm grip on their culture like their homeland-based brothers and sisters. So I say live life, enjoy it to the max. What other people think of you, what other people's opinions of you, what they say, you will realize, especially as you get older, that those things are largely irrelevant. So, you know, just as long as you respect other people's cultures, and you can appreciate other people's cultures and respect it at the same time by acknowledging its origins, then that's fine. You do you. Enjoy your life. Now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my tea. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It is so beautiful here. The light is amazing. Have a good one. Ta-ra a bit.